Good afternoon, Thomas.
Afternoon.
I almost feel embarrassed to be asking you the questions you should on Wednesday night, but you're better at asking questions to managers these days than I ever am.
It was a good question, right?
A very good question, yeah. I'm worried for my job now. But you can seamlessly step into any job, it seems, so do you fancy giving Prime Minister a go, maybe? Because there's a vacancy there at the moment.
That's a big task, to be fair. So I probably have to turn that opportunity down.
Speaking of people losing jobs, you're obviously facing a managerless side on Sunday now. You'll have done your analysis on Villa this week by watching the game against Chelsea, where I thought they were very good. And last night's game, did it surprise you, or did it seem as if Steven had reached the end of his time there?
Surprise, I don't know. There was various, talk and noise out there, and we know that just built the pressure on the manager. I'm always a big believer of keeping the manager for a long time. I'm on that side of the story. I watched the game against Chelsea, obviously, because we were facing Chelsea, yes, first, and then Villa, so it makes sense. And I think Villa was very good first half, especially, and I think throughout the game, I think they actually a little bit similar to us. I think if there should have been a winner, I know it was different compared, a little bit like the Brighton game, that when we got 1-0 in front and 2-0 in front, it's difficult to say that we didn't deserve to win, but understand why Brighton may at this point not to get something out of the game. Same with this game. It's difficult not to say that Chelsea, could have won it, but the way Villa played, I think, was very, very good. And with the mistake from Minks after 6 minutes, I was just looking at Gerrard and thinking, oh, that is tough. I'm feeling for him because, I'm a head coach manager. I've been that for many years now, and sometimes you just need a little bit of margins or luck from the football gods, and we know we all of us are only let's say 2 games away from being sacked.
I think you've got a bit more.
But you're coming to 1 point, and then you have 2 games. So maybe at that point it's only Klopp and Guardiola who got 3 or 4 games. The rest of us, mortal, there's only 2 games. So I felt for him.
It seemed at Craven Cottage last night that the fans had turned on him. They were chanting Gerrard out and taunting him about his slip for Liverpool all those years ago. And you thankfully never experienced that at Brentford, but when the fans turn on you, it's tough. Yeah,
it is. I know that the fans is a big thing in any club, and I'm so pleased with the fans here at Brentford, and the fan base in Villa is crazy, and a huge club. I don't think that Steven Gerrard is going into work and don't want to do his best every single day. So I think it's I think it's respectless that you are the way they're singing, fans in general. I know it's part of being football manager. It's almost like, okay, if you want to be a football manager, please sign here that it's okay that you're going to get a lot of online abuse. It's okay that fans are criticizing you. It's okay fans are singing your name, home and away fans. I don't like that. I understand it's part of it, but I don't like it. Don't be personal. Don't be personal.
The bookmakers have you currently as the 4th favourite for the Villa job, but I know you've said many times in the past how happy you are here.
Yeah, I understand the bookmakers. I'm a good manager, so no, not joking aside. Very happy here. I said that many times. I have unfinished business to do here in Brentford, and I think it's also to, worship the good you have.
Yeah. Is it a good thing or a bad thing facing a side who just sacked the manager?
We never know. You never know. One thing is for sure, they will come out with energy tomorrow. Will come out with. The fans will probably be, they want to back the team more. Let's say if they because now they know the boys need them because they got what they got. They didn't want the manager anymore, so now It's all about the players and the new manager, Aaron Danks. He will, or interim manager will, if he's clever, which I don't know him, but I'm convinced he will say, bring energy, play for the fans, run for the fans. So it'll be a very difficult test at Villa Park on Sunday.
Just one final question from me. We've spoken a lot in recent weeks about Ivan Toney's case to be in the England squad, and if Ivan is there, then one man who may miss out in the England squad is Ollie Watkins. He's only scored 1 goal this season. He's maybe playing a different role as well, in fairness, but do you see a different Ollie Watkins than the one you coach?
Yeah, it's, if I could choose, I would like both of them to be in the England squad, of course. I want the best for both of them. I think it's with any player, confidence is important, especially for the offensive players, that you believe that the ball will arrive, that you, when you are in the moment where you need to score, you just connect through the ball, or you're calm and take a good decision. So of course confidence means something, and when things are not going the right way, it is more difficult to produce good numbers. So of course he's not of course, but because things are not going the right way, it's more difficult for Ollie to be at his highest performance level. I think he did very well the first season in Premier League. Can't remember how much he scored, but a decent amount, double figure definitely. Yeah. And I think the year after he scored maybe 15 or something like that. I can't remember, but good. Yeah. Good amount of goals. So I convinced he'll come back and to play well and score goals. Hopefully not on Sunday.
Do you still talk to him at all?
We text once in a while.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Nick. Hi Thomas, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
The departure of Steven Gerrard, do you think it will make Villa more dangerous on Sunday in terms of their spirit and their fighting attitude?
Yeah, I'm convinced. I would say it's not that you didn't see. I didn't see a team that didn't want to run for Gerrard, or didn't want to do it. But sometimes you maybe need that little bit of we wake up, okay, we go again. We maybe add 5-10% more for various reasons, and I think that will come on Sunday. I think they will run very hard. It'll come with a lot of energy. The Villa Park will be backing them, and of course it's us to handle that atmosphere. And we know if they go 1-0 up, there will be even more, and they will do everything they can to get them over the line. But if we get 1-0 up, it will be difficult. It's just the way it is for fans to keep backing them.
The world of football is very competitive, but do you think in the world of management has changed? Do you feel it like there's less patience towards managers to deliver?
Yeah, I don't know exact. I think it would be interesting to see the stats of how many managers have been sacked previously in the Premier League. I heard someone spoke this morning about there was 8 or 9 that's been sacked in the Championship. That's insane. There's something wrong. It can't be right. Definitely something with the expectations that has not been adjusted accordingly. It's a tough business. I don't think people understand how tough it is. Actually, I think it should be interesting to really make a study about it. What it does to people. How it's difficult to get out of when you're under pressure, or how to turn things around, or the 24/7 ongoing relentless focus. Also because you're driven yourself, so you want to do well. So it's also a wonderful football world in many ways, but it's how can you say, very fragile.
The resilience you showed against Chelsea, do you think that's another evidence of how the team and the club are progressing?
Yeah, I think it's a very good example of what we are trying to build. I think when you build a culture within the club where everyone are willing to work hard and run hard for each other, I think that's the foundation for any football team. And then we are playing a game, Chelsea, that we all know with all the talents they have, and just see what happened when they put Pulisic and Sterling and Aubameyang on, and we are playing without Maybe our most consistent player last year, Christian Nørgaard, Pontus Jansson, our captain, and Aaron Hickey, our new signing, that done very well the first 6-7 games he played. So 3 starters, and suddenly Mads Rorslev, Sanka, and Frank Onyeka stepped in and done well. I think that's incredible, and that we kept Chelsea a little bit on the back foot, especially the first half. I know a game can say, okay, this should have been a winner, it should have been us, backing with the analysis and the numbers. I think that's remarkable.
I would like to ask you about your pre-game interview with Graham Potter. The feedback has been incredible. Is that something you enjoy and perhaps hoping to do more often?
If I say yes, I want to do it more often, I think Chris will say there'll be a lot of requests. I need to be a little bit aware of my answer. So maybe. Yeah, I think I like it. Yeah, I like to speak. I know it's always a little bit different because you're standing there live, and I promise you, when Graham and I speak outside the cameras, of course, it's mere free floating and opening up a tiny bit more. But I like that part of it. I've been privileged to be a pundit and a so-called expert in the studios on the other side, and I think it's good fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank for immediate, yeah?
No, it's okay. Wait.
Okay, anything else under immediate embargo, Jay?
Yeah, hi Thomas.
Thank you.
I know you kind of mentioned Norgard then, but just wanted to check in and is he going to be ready for Sunday?
Not ready for Sunday, but still running and adding extra runs in and extra layers to his training. So that's good.
And then just on Christopher Ike, I noticed that you rested him on Wednesday. Is he kind of like intention to start again this weekend?
You never know what's going to happen, of course, but I think he's done well. Not unhappy with his performances, but I think it was part tactical and part rotation, bringing Sanka in.
Just wanted to ask you kind of about the Aston Villa links. Because obviously last season it was Christian Eriksen's future that you were getting asked about every week, and now it seems that it's your future that you're getting asked about every week. Does it ever threaten to become a distraction for you and the team?
Can't speak about the team because I haven't asked them about that. You can say the difference between Christian Eriksen and my future is I at least decided myself. I didn't decide the one with Eriksen. I prefer, which we do. I prefer just only speak about the game against the Villa. What are we? How are we preparing? How are we trying to do it against this a little bit extra challenge of who's taking over? We know who's taking over, but we don't know what they will do. I prefer to speak about that instead of my future.
So none of the players ever come up to you in the last couple of days or the last couple of weeks when their names been thrown about and asked you or said, please, can you say?
No, I think the only one was this morning was Christian Nørgaard. So yeah.
What would you say to you? Just what's going on?
No, he just said, there's links and there's rumours and all that, and say, yeah, there's a lot of rumours out there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I just ask one more question to the cameras off? Just talk, I think anybody who sees Brentford sees that there's this lack of ego with Brentford's team. Even somebody as confident as we say as Ivan, there's no ego in the team. How would you deal with a player who refused to come off the bench, walk down the tunnel before the final whistle had even gone?
You think like a random player? You're talking about okay, I think speaking about the culture, speaking about when I speak about, and now we talk about in general.
Yeah.
I think it's very important. Now we both made a little bit of a joke with a potential situation that happened earlier. In general, I think a big thing for me is that that culture where we talk about, let's say, the no dickheads policy. I think it's extremely important that it's good person, it's respectful, it need to be that. I think the culture is everything, and it's so difficult to keep it tight or keep it strong, but you need to be on top of that every single day.